If you are new here, my name is Cassandra. I am the witch, the spiritualist, the founder and creator of Magic of Eden. I am also a published author, writer, and poet, here to help you reclaim your divinity by merging the arts of poetry and magic. And if you guys are returning, what's up, family? Guys already know the deal. I'm always excited to be in your presence, and I am honored that we are sharing space and time today. I just want to jump right into this video because, quite frankly, I'm super excited because I decided to do a nighttime reading. We're chilling, we're just vibing, and I'm going to pull some cards. I'm actually going to be working from the Zombie Tarot. It has become one of my favorites, and I'm just really feeling the vibes. So, whatever messages come through, I set the intention that you receive them and or that you discard what does not resonate. I do also set the intention that this video is timeless, and whoever needs to hear this message, I set the intention that they receive it in good timing. Okay, you guys, so first things first, I do want to start off with the prayer because whenever I am giving a tarot reading, it is extremely essential, imperative, and a must and a non negotiable for me to say a quick prayer in order to protect my space, protect myself, and also to protect the person and or people listening to the message. In that spirit, thank you so much, Divine, for allowing me to be a vessel to give any messages that the collective needs to hear right now. I set the intention that you continue to guide me, to protect me as I am delivering the messages, and that you also guide and protect the person and or people listening to this message now. I set the intention that they receive the warmth, the love, the encouragement, the wisdom, and whatever it is that is meant for them to receive, that they receive it and that it helps them along their spiritual journey. I give gratitude and thanks and love for the fact that I am here right now sharing this honorable space with my soul tribe and just simply connecting and being able to experience them and experience my own reality. Thank you again, Divine, so much for protecting this space. It is said, it is so, it is done, Asheo. Okay, you guys, so let's go ahead and get right into this message. So I'm going to go ahead and get started by mixing up my cards. There's something about being able to see your tarot cards just like spread all over the table. It is like the best, in my own opinion, of course. What is the message for tonight? What is the message for tonight? So there's a very specific message for, oops. There is a very specific message for those born between the years 1992 and 1995. I just heard the words grand entrance. And it's really interesting because that's actually something that I have been hearing for a while now. And in all honesty, I was supposed to record a video about that later, but for whatever reason, I really do feel the intuitive hunch to just go ahead and talk about that now and also still pull some cards. Now, there's been quite a few messages coming through about those born between, again, the years of 1992 and 1994. And I know that a lot of us are getting ready to enter into our 30s. Now, I'm one of those people that don't believe that we're aging, but I do believe that we are evolving. I do feel that obviously our bodies do get old, they perish and whatnot, but we are infinite beings having a human experience. We're not even humans, we are spirits, we are souls here experiencing this reality. And so our bodies will age, right? But there's something very significant about still honoring the fact that we are turning 30 Earth years young, right? And to be quite honest with you, one of the things that kept coming through with that message was that we or you are about to enter into some of the best years of your life. That I am in no way, shape, or form anyone that likes to fluff up people's ego. I am not one of those people that are going to be extremely love and light just for clicks and views and things like that. No, I'm going to tell you exactly what it is, and I am not going to sugarcoat it. I'm not going to disrespect you, but I'm also not going to sugarcoat it either. So I'm not saying this because I want, clicks and views or whatever. I'm saying this because that's the message coming through. If you guys have ever gotten a reading from me, then you already know the deal. If you haven't, book a reading, you'll find out. And there's something very significant about those entering into their 30s. Maybe you've already turned 30, or maybe you're already, maybe you're already 30, or maybe you are entering into your 30s. Now, there was something very significant about the first parts of your life where you were in your maiden years. By maiden years, what I mean is that we were finding ourselves, we were getting to know ourselves, we were figuring out what it is that we like, we were figuring out our place in the world and what we are here to do, and the things that we like and that we gravitate towards and things like that. And I really do feel that now we are entering into the mother stage or the father stage or whatever you want to call it. If you are someone who doesn't identify with any of those, you call it what you want. What I feel is that a lot of us are starting to enter into the stage where we are becoming more of the ones who are cultivating our lives, right? And what this has to do with those born between the years of 1992 and 1995 is we are, in a sense, the bridge that keeps two worlds connected. And by two worlds, I mean the old world or the older generation and also the newer generation. It's almost kind of like we're the ones in the middle, kind of looking around, seeing, okay, what was the old world like? And what is the new world like? And how can I take from each of these worlds to help create a new one? And it's interesting because I do feel that a lot of people are going to start tapping more into their gifts and their talents, but not even just that. What Spirit is saying right now is that there's going to be a lot of people who are starting to realize that they have now become the elders, and or they are stepping into elderhood, especially at an early age. Now, these people more than likely are people, or you may be someone who feels like an old soul, or you may feel that you've been here before, or you may even feel like you have no place in the world, or you feel that you can't fit in. You feel that you have such a connection to things that are like antique or vintage and things like that. And or you may just be able to relate to people on a deep level because of all the experience and all the wisdom that you've accumulated along the years. And that is definitely something that Spirit is saying is standing out as it pertains to those born within that time frame. Now, let's just say, for example, if you weren't born between that time frame, right? Take the message as it resonates, because this is not only specifically to that group, but this is a call out to those born within that group, right? Or within that time frame. Another thing that I want to say is that Spirit has really been telling me that a lot of the people who were born within that time frame are able to help reshape the world. And it's interesting because Spirit is bringing me to the anime series Avatar. Now, in Avatar, if you guys haven't seen it, it's really about this. I think he was what, like 12-year-old, like 11-year-old, one of those. And he was a monk, and he was asleep for 100 years. And he had to basically tap into the Avatar state to help bring balance to the world by defeating the Phoenix King. Now, in that whole series, there's something called earth bending, air bending, water bending, and fire bending. Stay with me, right? The reason why I feel that Spirit is bringing this up is because there's something about the elemental bending that we can implement into this new world and to also help us shape this new world. For example, if you are an earth sign, one of the ways that we or you can practice earth bending is by allowing yourselves to tap into your ability to be rooted and grounded in who you are in your essence, and also by allowing you yourself to use your gifts and your talents to help rebuild the world, right? And there's something very significant about you being able to take the building blocks from the old world and throw away what does not work, and also take some building blocks from the new world and see how you can construct and build a new foundation for the rest of the world to stand on, if that makes sense. Your role, or one of the things that you can do, is, and by the way, this is not to take away from any of your gifts or your talents or anything like that. This is just a generalized way of me saying this. So just bear with me, right? Also, what Spirit is saying again is that you are here to help us figure out how to implement these building blocks so that we are supported throughout this world. You are giving us a new way of doing things and a new way of, finding information, and also helping the world come together, right? As a big family and as a congregation. And that's something that is very key because some of you guys have practical skills that are out of this world. And Spirit is asking you to highlight that. To be quite honest with you, one of the things that I love about Earth is that it's sustainable, it's perpetual, and it will take out out anything that is not working. And I really do feel that you are here to share your knowledge and share the things that you have seen and went through from the old world, and also what you've observed from the new world, in order to help us construct and rebuild something that is more sustainable. And I think that's beautiful, especially because when you think about it, Uranus is what, in retrograde, right? In the sign of Taurus. So you already know the economic system is crashing, right? And it's also going through a great reset. And I do feel that one of your roles is to also help us find different ways, not only get our affairs together, but also find new currencies and how we can implement these new ways into community building. And that's something that I feel is super imperative right now. Now, if you are a water sign, right, I feel that your way of water bending is to help us realize and see and tap into this new level of emotional enlightenment. That's what Spirit wants to call it, emotional enlightenment. And I feel that the reason why Spirit is saying this is because you guys have a natural way of just connecting with your intuition and connecting with the divine. And I do feel that you are more than likely someone who is by default very watery or very emotional by people who do not understand you. And I do feel that the beauty of what you bring is that you help us tap into the watery, intuitive, and emotional and soft aspects of ourselves, but you also help us tap into our ability to be empathetic and emotionally aware of other people. And I do feel that it's essential that you are needed now more than ever, because now think about it. We've been putting a priority on our emotional healing by going to therapy and things like that. And I do feel that you are here to help us tap into our ability to heal ourselves, but on a spiritual level. And that is something that is very, very imperative right now, because as we know, this world that we believe is physical is really just slow vibrations. So at the end of the day, all there is energy, all there is spirit. And I do feel that you have a very creative way of connecting to spirit. You more than likely are someone who is clairvoyant, clairaudient, clairsentient, claircognizant, or you may have very strong dreams or very vivid dreams. This is not to say that if you're any other element that you don't experience these things. I'm just simply highlighting water bending right now. Keep that in mind. So I also do kind of feel like those who were born within that time frame are helping us discover ways to tap into spirit, to tap into the essence of who we are, to tap into our divine feminine, because water is feminine. One of the things that I 100% say about water is that it's something that I struggled with for so long, because I needed help in learning how to move and bend and take the form of anything the way that water does. And one of the things that I 100% will say is that for some of you guys, more than likely, your role or what you can contribute to this new world and what is going on now, if you were born within that time, is coming up and helping us tap into our ability to heal ourselves. There's something very significant about mother daughter relationships and the emotional wounds in your childhood. There's something very specific about those relationships, especially with mother energy. And what's coming through right now is Cancer energy, because as we know, Cancer actually is the divine mother of the zodiac. And for whatever reason, I do feel that we are in a time where we will be having these extremely uncomfortable conversations, especially because Mars and Mercury teaming up, oh yeah, uncomfortable conversations. And of course, the fact that Chiron went direct, I believe, December 26th. Now, everything that happened in the past is coming back forth now. And I do feel that as a water sign, you are here to help us wash these things away. You are here to take away and wash away and cleanse and purify the impurities that have been left on us from these mother daughter, father daughter dynamic. Or you have this ability to tap into the darker waters, tap into the elements that are unseen, tap into the void of the waters. Now, I do feel that what you are here to teach us as a water sign is to connect with not only the deepest aspects of ourselves, but to honor our emotional bodies, to honor our spiritual journeys, and to honor ourselves, where we've been, where we're going, and our own emotional evolution. And I do feel that the word that I'm hearing right now is prioritize. So what it feels like is that you are here to help us prioritize our emotional bodies, because that is one way that we connect with the divine. That our emotions, when guided, are the fuel that we need in order to manifest. And if we can keep ourselves purified and cleaned and blessed and sanctified, as I want to say, we can not only connect with the divine on a deeper level, but we also can manifest the best of life. Now, if you are an air sign, one thing that I want 100% say is that I have a very strong connection to air. My partner's an air sign, he's a Gemini. My Mercury sits in my ninth house, right? I'm telling you, I have a strong connection to air, so I can vouch for this. Now, you guys are air signs. I do feel that you give the world the best of both worlds. You give us intuition and you also give us logic and reasoning. And one thing that I 100% can say that actually came through for you guys is that you are here to pull old ideas, dissect them, and put them under a microscope and see what does not fit. And you also take and dissect the ideas of the new world and you say, okay, what can fit, what doesn't, and how can I bring balance to these things? You take what doesn't fit, you implement what does, and you also take your own ideas and you find creative ways to help us think, and you challenge us to think outside the box. You challenge us to become more creative with our thinking. And I really do love that, because the world needs to tap into reason and rationality. And I really do feel that with you guys as air signs, you have this ability to not only read the room, but you have this ability to use your intuition, but also guide your intuition in a very rational way. Some of you, right? And one thing that I will say is that you also are here to help us find the middle way. Because again, when you're dealing with, for example, like Gemini energy, right? You have two extremes. You have the darker shadowy aspect, and then you have the light or the sunny aspect, right? And this represents the divine masculine and the divine feminine. And with, of course, Libra, you guys, for example, are here to help us balance the two. And if you are an Aquarius, I feel that you challenge us to be unique and you challenge us to be authentic in ourselves and and I feel that with you guys' energy, it's like you have this way of not only helping us tap into new ways of thinking, but also being authentic and standing on what it is that we believe. And I really do believe that 100%. If you are a fire sign, I honestly feel that your role or what you are here to do is to help us stand on and stand in our power, to assert ourselds in a very confident and bold way, and to stand up for what is right, and to have the courage and the strength to say, you know what, this isn't right, this is right, and I'm going to stand on that. I just heard the word leaders. You guys are people who by default have this natural way of leading, and I think that's what gravitates people towards you. Your ability to lead and to take initiative and to be cardinal and to be bold and in your energy is what gravitates people towards you. That's your natural light. Your light is your magnetism, and I feel that you are here to help us become more confident in ourselves, but also assert our power in ways that are needed. Even if you have very specific gifts and talents and whatnot, this is not to take away from that. This is just to pretty much give you the downloads that I received. So, yes. So, to be quite honest with you, I do see a lot more people who were born between the years of 1992 and 1994. I do see a lot coming from you guys. And I really do feel that Spirit wants you to start sharing your stories. Now, keep in mind, what I do foresee happening is that there's going to be a lot of uncomfortable conversations being had. I'm hearing the words gaslighting. So if you had parents who were, heavily bent on gaslighting you or diminishing your experiences, Spirit is saying that it is your time to start sharing that. And even though it may be uncomfortable, these are the things that are needed, because as we enter into this new world, if you can come to terms and to express these things with your family, then imagine what you could do when you step out into the world full of strangers, right? And I do feel that Spirit is saying that when you do have these uncomfortable conversations, you are allowing yourselves to clear out this energy and welcome in new energy. Because at the time of your solar return, that is your personal new year. And Spirit is saying that once that time does come around, you are going to be entering a time and a space where your voice is needed. And if you continue and if you practice sharing your voice right now, then imagine what you could do when you actually move on to this new world and you again are 100% needed. And as you enter into this mother aspect of your life, what you are doing is you are taking all the information that you learned in your maiden years and you are to mother and to start to, and to give birth to these other ideas and these things that you discovered when you were in your maiden years. And I think it's beautiful because in addition to that, and speaking of maiden and mother, is there 100% is a rise of the divine feminine. And how that relates to those born between that time frame is the fact that doing this work is allowing you to honor the softer parts of yourself, because what I see happening is that there are a lot of people who are entering into a softer era where they are honoring the softer parts of themselves, they are honoring the emotional aspects of themselves, they are honoring the fact that they're on these spiritual journeys, they are honoring the fact that there are some things that they want to let go of. And I really do feel that by honoring this aspect of yourself, you are saying, you know what? I want this life for myself, and I am not going to settle for less. And I'm also going to allow myself to simply heal so that I can receive those things. I just heard voices of opinion. A lot of you guys have had lots of opinions that you keep to yourself, and I'm hearing the word family function. I do feel that when you do enter into this new stage in your life, that you are going to start airing out a lot of shit that happened in your family. Pardon my French, but it almost kind of, I just heard family secrets. A lot more family secrets are going to come out. And I do feel that you are setting the tone and breaking these generational curses as it pertains to keeping these secrets hidden. I just heard the word whistleblower. I do see a lot more whistleblowers coming forth, sharing their stories and airing out. I just heard family predators. The same way predators are being highlighted in the world, you are also here to highlight the predators in your own family. So I do see a lot more of that coming forth and coming through. I do feel, I just heard the word abuse. So if you've been in an abusive relationship, specifically with a parent or sibling, I do see a lot more of those stories being told. I just heard shared on the internet. The internet does have a way, or people over the internet have a way of diminishing our experiences to validate their own, and or they have the ability to support us in those times. And I really do feel that Spirit is saying that you can help create a safe space by allowing yourself to share your story, because there's so many things about you that we would love to hear and that Spirit wants you to share. Because I just heard bread and butter. It's not about you being able to make money from it, but it's something that you can find not only joy in, but relief in. And I really do feel that also this is a gateway for you to, I just heard something about wealth. I don't want you guys to feel like I'm saying to exploit yourself or your experience. No, it's just to say that if this is something that you can experience, you can then become, what I'm hearing is like a life coach, or start getting into coaching. And then that is something, that is how you can start to show up for the community in order to bring in wealth for yourself. But Spirit is saying that it's going to start with you being able to share your story. And that is super amazing. And I love that for you. I truly do. And I feel that I'm hearing the word silence. So a lot of you guys are so used to being silent, and Spirit is saying that it's not this time. Like, not this time. Your silence has rang loud, and now it is time for you to start voicing that. And I do feel that it is a sin. I just heard prayer of protection. Before you go out and do these things or express these things, Spirit is asking you to remember to say prayers and or spells of protection before you do these things, to keep your emotional bodies protected, to keep your spiritual bodies protected, to keep all of your bodies protected. And there is so much power in your voice and in your words, and Spirit is encouraging you to do so. Spirit is encouraging you to share your story. Now all of this came through and I haven't even pulled cards, but do I need to at this point? I don't think so. I'm gonna do it anyway. Okay. Spirit, what is what are any additional messages that you have for us right now? Okay. Oh wow, okay. So far we have the Three of Swords, we have the Seven of Pentacles in reverse. We also do have here the Five of Wands. And it keeps going around in a circle. Spirit is saying that there is no need for you to fight anymore. There is no need for you to feel challenged. In fact, you are the one bringing the challenge. And the Ten of Pentacles, I love to see it. As an earth sign, I 100% love to see it. And we also have the Sun card here. I love the fact that we have the Sun card. I love seeing the Sun card, especially paired with the Ten of Pentacles. Like, oh my goodness. And we have the King of Pentacles. Yes, honey. We have the Justice card. The Six of Cups is here. The Chariot. What else, Spirit? What else do we have here? Temperance card. This is a very big deal. The Wheel of Fortune. What? What? Excuse me? Oh man. I love this card pull. I really, really do. And the reason why I love this card pull is because the energy that I'm getting from this, if you guys hear anything in the background, it's the cat. She's going through it right now. Her name is Skylar, by the way. Love her tons. Okay, moving on. I really do feel that what we are leaving behind or what is being left behind is being in spaces that make us feel limited, depleted, hurt, and all of these other feelings. And I really do feel that Spirit is saying that there really is no more of a need for you to constantly reflect on something that once was, and instead of you forcing out this energy to protect yourself or to fight or to feel as if you need to compete or whatever, there is no more competition. In fact, what's happening is that I'm hearing collective, so there's this collective energy coming through to help us all thrive. There's something about us all coming together, especially those born in the 90s, to come together, share our stories collectively, and use to tap into these memories to help bring us all together. Now, there's something interesting about, I just heard hitting the jackpot. There's some type of inheritance coming through for some of you guys. I'm also hearing that there's something permanent about, if you've been doing something or working on something, Spirit is letting you know right now that there's a high chance that this is sustainable, perpetual, permanent, and wealthy. I'm seeing like gold, so this has a lot to do with tangible assets coming through. I also do feel like there's some things that are obviously being weighed out here. And I also do feel that whatever decision that you've been making, Spirit is letting you know that whatever decisions that you have been making are supporting whatever it is that you're building. And I also want to say that now is definitely the time for you to continue to move forward and to assert your willpower, but not in a way that is forceful. Make sure that you are taking your time, because when you take your time, you can rest assured that whatever it is that you are trying to accumulate will last. And there's something, I don't know why I keep hearing community building. I just heard Spirit say to reach out to a neighbor. So it's almost kind of like connect with your neighbor or connect with those of your likeness in order to come together to build, if that makes sense. And I also do feel that there is a lot of things that we are coming out of. And I do feel that you guys are more than likely in spaces where you can expect to see a lot of turnarounds. Like, this is a very pivotal moment in your life, and Spirit is letting you know that now it is your time to express, receive, and enjoy. And it's interesting because with the Wheel of Fortune here, for whatever reason, this is actually bringing me to some type of like karmic well-being. I don't know why spirit is saying it that way, but there's this sense of like karmic well-being where you are now in a space in your life where you can expect yourself to actually be and feel more at ease and more at balance and more tranquil and more at peace because of all the things that you're letting go of. I just heard the word sweat, so you may feel tired and sweaty and gunky from all the things that you went through before, but spirit is letting you know that now will be the time. I'm hearing a shower. It's time. And I'm also hearing something about a baptism and something about going to the water. There's something about going to the water and going to, I just heard riverbed, going to a river and going to a lake. I don't know why rivers, lakes, and bodies of water are coming through. And I'm also hearing the word beaches. So you may want to connect with the water element and you may want to, I'm hearing there's something about ancestors that you can hear the ancestors and see them in the water. So for some of you guys, your ancestors are wanting to connect with you through means of water. And I'm seeing a canoe and there's someone, and I'm hearing the word kayaking, like you're going kayaking or something like that. I don't know why these messages are coming through this way, but this is what I'm seeing, and I'm going to trust it, whatever it is, what it is. So I do feel that Spirit is letting you know that there is a very strong connection to water here, and how you can connect with your ancestors through water. And you can also, what I'm hearing is to manifest through water. That's very specific. If it fits, cool. If it doesn't, that's also cool. But that's what I'm hearing. So, yes. I do also feel that a lot of traumas and wounds that some of you guys have regarding your childhood are going to start surfacing, and Spirit is letting you know that you can start to receive justice for that. I'm hearing the word court case. So, more than likely, if you have taken someone to court or sued them or are looking to sue them or are trying to find justice through court, I'm hearing that you will receive justice for that because there is a very specific set of information that was overlooked at first, but now that is being turned around and you can actually expect that to work in your favor. That is very specific for a group of people. I don't know for who. I'm just giving you a message. I don't know. Um, I just heard Spirit say that some of you guys are entering into committed relationships and or getting married and or becoming committed to something. I just heard the word shock and surprise. Although the Tower card is not here, I am feeling the Tower card's energy. And I just heard the word good luck. And I'm a firm believer that if you put in the work, that you will receive what it is that you put in. There's also something about good luck, and I'm also seeing the slot machine, and I'm seeing 777. I don't know if you gamble or not, but there's something very specific about that, about hitting the jackpot. I don't know why, but I'm just gonna trust it. It is what it is. Now, the jackpot doesn't always have to be, geared towards money. It could just simply be something that is unexpected, that you need or that you want, or that feels like a wow, like a surprise that you can use or whatever. And I'm also hearing gift. Like there's something very specific about a gift, and I'm seeing like a pink sparkly bow. It's super pretty, by the way, you guys. I love sparkly shit, so that's probably the reason why it's coming to me like that. So, no, but seriously though, there's something about a gift being unwrapped and I can't see what's in the box. All I know is that it's a surprise. And out of this box, it looks like there's like this glowing yellow light. So it looks like something that's very like, it's just holy. I don't know why holy is the word that wants to come through, but whatever, holy is the word. So, okay, Spirit, any other messages coming through right now that you want me to share? I hope that this reading helped you guys. I'm like getting used to doing readings like like this. Okay, you have the World card, the Death card. You have the Page of Pentacles and the Ace of Swords. I just heard Spirit say that this is a non-negotiable. I don't know why Spirit is saying that this is a non-negotiable, but with the World card coming out, the Death card coming out, I almost kind of feel, I just heard the word plan. This may not have been a part of the plan, a part of your plan, but this is a part of a divine plan that you have everything to do with. And I really do feel that the world itself is going through a major transformation. And I also do feel that this is also happening on the microscopic level of your life. And I do feel honestly, that as the world goes through its transition, you will then also show up in this new form that you transformed into to help this new world. And I'm telling you, there's also a message about the world, us all coming together collectively to meditate, to put action behind reclaiming this world. And the last thing that I want to say is that together through unity, we can do anything and everything. And that is the last thing that I'm going to leave you with. I do feel that Spirit also wants you to know that what happened to you was not your fault. What happened to you was not your fault. I want you to know that I believe you. Some of you were made to feel like what you went through was not important, and some of you were gaslighted into believing that your reality was false. I believe you. And for whatever reason, what's coming through right now is trigger warning. Okay. What's coming through is the R word. If you can guess what that means, I believe you. I believe you. And Spirit is asking that you come forth and you talk about that. I know that it's not the easiest thing to do. And I kind of see someone kind of putting the phone down and just pausing, or just pausing it and just like kind of soaking that in. Some of you guys have been so withdrawn from your emotions, and Spirit is saying that it's time for you to return back to those. It's time for you to start coming out and sharing those stories, because the only Spirit is letting you know that for you specifically, that your way to healing is by voicing what happened. Even if you Spirit is saying that even if you have to yell it out, scream it out, curse it out, or whatever you have to do, don't worry about how you look, worry about getting the message out. And set the fucking world on fire if you have to, figuratively speaking, by the way, as you know. But this is how you can expect to heal and transform. So I love you guys. I appreciate all of you. Thank you all so much for sharing space with me today. I am just super excited as always to be here. I know that at the very ending of this video that it got a little depressing, but that's okay because that's what we're here for. We are here to transcend beyond our pain and our suffering to help us build a new world, to help us reclaim our divinity. And that is all. If you guys need anything from me, you guys can visit me online at magicabita.com. I have an apothecary where I work my magic. And I also am a published author, writer, and poet, as I stated before at the very beginning of this video. Here's my book that I absolutely love. Okay, hang on. I hope I look right. Thumbnail. Okay. Anyways, so yes, I have a book and I'm also writing another book that I am super excited to be sharing with you guys. I will be performing some poetry from it when I am ready. And if you guys want to, you guys can also follow me at Magic of Eden on Instagram and TikTok, where I also upload videos and other content. And yeah, so thank you guys for sharing space with me today. I'll see you in my next video.